Good morning again, everyone. Doesn't matter what today is, but I'm driving to work. Yay for me. And guess what? It's raining again. Woo freaking who. So anyway, I decided to do a commute video because I'm commuting. For those of you new to the channel, sometimes when I drive to work, I put the phone up, I hit record, and I yip yap on my way to work, and then I post it. Why the hell not, right? Sometimes people enjoy it, sometimes people don't, but whatever. Let's get to it. And the topics pretty much vary from this, that, and the other thing. So there's no set agenda really ever. I just decide on my way. Do I feel like it? Do I not feel like it? I gotta be honest, I didn't really feel like it today, but I kind of mentioned I would do it on my daily video this morning, so I didn't want to go back on it. I'm a man of my word. Sometimes, right? Maybe, yeah. No, for real. Come on, you gotta do it. You gotta do what you say you're gonna do. All right. So today, one thing I wanted to talk about, actually, I get a lot of comments on YouTube, on X now, with questions about Yieldmax. So I'm going to try to remember if my memory works. Again, I'm getting old. But if my memory works, I will answer those questions. So where am I going to start? Right? Where am I going to start? So one thing, well, I hate this question, but people, they either comment or they direct message me. If you had, the hypothetical, this amount of money, where would you put your money, right? If you did this, where would you put that? So, and IRA this, IRA that. So let me just try to answer that question. Again, it all depends on you. Everyone is different, right? Is different. But if you're asking me if I was only going to buy Yieldmax, because I only wanted income funds, all right, then what Yieldmax funds would I choose? I mean, is that even a question, right? Is that even like up for consideration? Like, to me, I mean, of course I'm a huge Bitcoin believer now. It only took me like 4 or 5 years, but I finally feel like the long term, it's gonna be, something. So, an MSTR, obviously, Michael Saylor, every time I hear him talk, I believe him, hopefully, he's gonna see through his goals and strategies, being a Bitcoin company, basically, just buying Bitcoin. And then, obviously, Misty, as long as Yieldmax Title do their thing, right, with the trading, good trades, this and that, then Misty is always my number one. Platy is awesome. I don't know enough about Palantir, though, so the single stock risk still bothers me. But clearly Palantir is an impressive stock. It's been going bananas, and it has been for quite some time. And it's like, I don't know. Again, but Platy, to me, that's more of like a short-term thing because I don't know enough about Palantir. But of course, there's always YMAX, LFGY, and all these other ones, Chippity Doodah, right? The weekly funds, they're the basket, right? So again, I can't answer for people. Every single person is different, and I know people probably get annoyed hearing that, but it depends on your goals. How much income do you need? Like, how much income do you need? Do you need all that income? Are you able to reinvest a percentage? What's your risk tolerance? There's so many questions. So a question like that, honestly and unfortunately, that's something like that would have to be discussed on Twitter Spaces or X Spaces, or in person or something like that. Or it would be a full-on, if we're texting, that's a long-ass conversation. My light's on? Yeah, it's about to freaking start pouring. But yeah, so I can't really answer that question for you. I really can't. I could just tell you, what Yieldmax funds I own all the ones that pay weekly, right? And I own Misty. Those are the funds I own. That's it. I don't own Platy. I love Platy. I don't own it. I own it through Yieldmax though. I don't own it individually. Do I want to? Yes, I do, but I just don't. Because again, I don't want to worry about the individual, stock risk, individual company risk anymore. And I don't consider Misty an individual stock risk, like company risk anymore, because I consider it its own little index. Bitcoin, I consider Bitcoin an index, so it means I consider MSTR an index of crypto, right? Because Bitcoin is it. So that's kind of how I'm treating that. But yeah, Palantir, I do not know enough about Palantir to easily say and invest in the Platy fund. But Platy, I could just tell you, I mean, unbelievable. It's been performing unreal. So that's one question. The other question, people, they talk about investing in these funds in an IRA. I'm sorry, but I don't get it. I don't understand why you would invest in these funds in an IRA. I really don't. And Jay and Yieldmax, they may get mad at me for saying this, but it doesn't make any sense to me, right? Why? I get it if you really think it's gonna outperform the underlying, okay, then do it, right? And I know, like, if you have it in a Roth IRA, well, okay, you're having a tax break. You don't have to pay the tax on the income. But again, you're not getting the income. You can't use the freaking income. I mean, you can use it to buy stocks. You can't use it for yourself to buy crap. It's just stuck in the freaking fund. So if it's stuck in the freaking fund, why not just buy the underlying? Because we know in the long term, yes, the underlying will outperform the covered call version of it, right? The covered call ETF of it. The reason I buy Yieldmax, I buy high yield funds, is why? For income. I use the income now. I want the income now. That money is in a taxable account. I can use the income now, and I do, and it pays for my bills. If I had a 401k that allowed me, or a Roth IRA, or even a pre-tax traditional, I would not invest in these funds in that account. Because to me, I'm not using the income, so there's no point. What's the point? What's the point of an income fund in a retirement account? So that's my answer on that. I don't know if you guys agree, but to me, I don't understand it. Because again, if it's clear to you that the underlying will outperform the covered call ETF, then why buy an income fund? Why buy the covered call ETF in the retirement account? I don't know, unless you're about to retire and you want to get used to and comfortable with these funds and see how much you can make and you're building that up, that makes sense, right? That does make sense, actually. But if you're like 20, 30 something, you can't touch this money till you're 60, 59 and a half, bro, I don't see a purpose. Sorry. So that answers that question. What else do I got? Misty, well, again, yeah, another question, which I don't understand why people ask this, but how do you think these funds will perform in a bear market? I mean, were we not just in a freaking bear market? Did you not see? I mean, it's there. The data is there. These funds have been around through the ups and the downs. So again, I don't understand the question and why they're asking it, but please remember, they sell, well, again, I'm just talking about Yieldmax. They sell covered calls on these funds. So if MSTR is going down, let's just say 5% this week, MSTY will beat it because they'll make premium on the downside, all right? Will they beat it all the time? Of course, it depends on what situation they're in, what calls, what strikes they have, and what not. But ideally, if you're selling calls on something, and that something goes down, you will win your trades. Again, it depends on the strike, and you will beat that underlying. So how will these funds do in a bear market? Let's see. Better than the underlying, okay? Better than the underlying. So why are you asking me this? So that's kind of like, again, not all it depends on the situation. I get it. I completely get it. How will anything do in a bear market? Awful. Everything will do awful. It depends, right? So how do you have protection? How do you protect yourself from the downside? That's another question, which I don't freaking know. I suck at that. All right, I do. That I'm not the one to answer that, to ask that question to, because I don't protect the downside, right? I don't hedge, and I suck at it because I don't do it, and I've never even tried to do it. So one idea is investing a portion in winter. And when I say portion, I don't mind that idea, portion. But when you say 50-50, winter, MSTR or MSTY, this is what I say. Hell no. All right, a little maybe. Okay, that's one way to right. Another way, of course, yes, you buy puts. All right, are they worth it? Are they too expensive? What do you buy puts on? Do you buy puts on Misty? Do you buy puts on MSTR? Do you buy puts on the fund, the underlying? That's up to you. I don't know. To me, I'm not spending that money. I'm not buying puts. I'm sorry. I'll accept the risk for what it is. And that's me protecting the downside, But again, there's alternatives, right? There's the UVIX, right? The UVIX, that thing always goes up when the market goes down. There's gold. Gold usually does pretty good. So like GDXY fund, that's an income fund too. Or just GDX or whatever the hell the underlying is, GLD, I forget what it is. But things like that, it kind of does decent. So again, I'm not the person to answer that because I suck at hedging anything. Clearly, if I've never done it and I don't want to do it, I am not the person to ask. I am bullish on the market overall, and I believe in it long term. So I will stick with that type of strategy long term. Whether it's good or bad, I accept it. All right, that's okay because that's my risk tolerance. I'm okay with high risk, high reward. I changed my 401k to all aggressive risk. No bonds. I don't want your stupid bonds. I don't give a crap what your little allocation, little chart says. This percent in bonds. No. Bonds in a good market. What are they doing? 5%. Oh wow, that was so worth it. That was so worth it to lose out on the other 10% every other freaking year. So no thank you. Aggressive growth for me, because I want to actually have money. Guess what? I can't touch my 401k anyway till I'm an old fart and I can't even barely walk. So what's the difference, right? I got nothing to lose. I know that's my nest egg, and that's when I can enjoy my life, but no, screw that. I'm enjoying it sooner. And I am not waiting until I can touch it. In fact, if I'm able to leave my current company, I will consider cashing out my 401k and taking the 10% penalty so I can use the money now. So I can live for the now. And that's just me. Again, I'm not saying that's a great idea because it's not. Paying 10% to, again, who's getting this 10%? Did anyone ever ask that? And where does this 10% go to? Penalty? Who are we penalizing? You're penalizing us. Who gets the freaking 10%? I don't get it. I don't understand it. So someone please explain that to me. We need to dive further into that. Maybe it's a simple answer. I don't know. But I would love to know. Right? Because think about it. Okay, you can't touch this till you're 59 and a half. Okay, why? Because that's when you're supposed to retire. Says who? Obama? Bush? Says freaking who? Kiss my ass, alright? With your stupid age crap telling me when to retire. God, that pisses me off. Oh my God, you don't even know. You don't even know. I'm so sick of the 401k. I'm so sick of the IRA and these age penalties. The only one that actually kind of makes sense is the Roth, because at least there's a benefit, right? There's a tax benefit. But at least that one, you could take out your contributions penalty free. Okay? The pre-tax, obviously, why not take it out penalty free and let them pay the taxes on it, right? I mean, why? Again, where does this penalty go? I don't know. I don't even know what topic I was on, but anytime I bring up the 401k, I just can't help myself. But yeah, what the heck were we talking about? Yeah, I'm lost. But another question is, well, not even a question that people ask, but I wanted to give my thoughts on these funds in general. Again, I cover Yieldmax all the time, but am I covering it because I like the views? Am I covering it because I like the product? Am I covering it because I work there? No, I don't work there, number one. I know people may think that. Some people, maybe they bust my balls. You're a shill of Yieldmax. No. Obviously, I don't work there, right? Because they're making bank, bro, and I'm not making bank, bro. So that's number one. Number two, do I make these Yieldmax, oh my God. Do I make these videos for views? Yes, of course. Of course, I'm gonna cover something that's popular, but you know what the good part is? I actually invest in these funds. I actually believe in these funds. So I'm not gonna cover something that will give good views and not be a part of it, not be invested in it. Obviously, that would not make sense, right? I'll cover obviously I cover Tesla. I don't invest in Tesla, although I do invest in YMAX, so I do own all of them that way. But you get what I'm saying. Like, I believe in the product, so my coverage on them, it's not really more so to praise them in any way. It's just to cover what they're doing. It's just to educate people, and that's kind of it's kind of how it started, and it's just taken off, and it's done. And yeah, I stick to the funds that are popular, but I really stick with Misty because Misty is my favorite fund, which happens to be everyone's favorite fund, obviously, because it's blowing up. But what are my thoughts on Yieldmax and their strategies? Well, for one, it works. It works. I know there's a lot of people out there, and I do, if I have the time, I do not Google, I go on YouTube search, and I look up Yieldmax, and I just want to see what other people are saying, to just get an idea, just to see are they giving it love, or do they make it? I mean, I saw one yesterday. The video was hard. It was so bad, I can't even explain it, and I would never, give a name, of course, but it's just this guy. He's just trying to say, oh, we want these funds to go down. Of course we, what? He was trying to argue that we don't, if we buy into Yieldmax funds, we only want them to go down. What? Come on. How would that logic ever make sense? Oh no, fucking geese. Oh, yeah, geese crossing the road with a whole little family of little geese. Sorry, I got distracted there. What the heck was I saying? But no, yeah, I don't know. I really try. And I would never bash other YouTubers and give their name, of course, because it's not easy doing this. It never is. Everyone that's on here busts their ass, and I get that. So, I respect every single YouTuber that puts themselves out there, because you got to give them credit, man. Once you put yourself out there, that's it, man. It's free game, man. It's free game. You put your ugly mug out there, oh, good luck, buddy. Good luck. Have fun, because anyone can watch. Your friends and family, No, and then obviously there's other people. It depends what niche you're in, and that niche, the people in that niche can attack you, and they're allowed to, right? You're in there. You're taking their views. You best be ready, man. You best be ready. Which is another topic, actually, is what do I feel about the financial YouTube space, which nobody asked me, but I don't really talk about because there's no point, right? There's no point. Who cares? Really, who cares what anyone feels about it, honestly? But obviously, there's a lot of financial YouTubers, and one thing I always said is just everyone knows everything, and that's it. Okay? just assume that every financial YouTuber, that they know everything. All right, so that's it. End of story. No, but there's a lot of YouTubers that they try to make videos to just make fun of other people, and that's their thing. Like that's their thing. So that's really, their channel's not really financial YouTube. Their channel is making fun of financial YouTubers, and that's okay. They're allowed to do whatever the hell they want. And honestly, sometimes some people do need to be, made fun of, right? So is it right? No, not really, but that's how they want to live their life. That's how they want to build their channel. That's up to them. Obviously, they like the controversy, they like the drama, and that's what helps their channel grow. So I would never be angry at another YouTuber for doing whatever they do, because again, any YouTuber that puts themselves out there, they can't really get mad about it, because you're putting yourself out there. What do you expect's gonna happen? It's like being on TV. If you're on TV, really? Oh, you're gonna get mad if someone says something bad about you? Get the hell over it, right? Don't be a snowflake, right? Take it. Take the heat, right? I'll take the heat. Here, look at my ugly mug. Make fun of me. I don't give a crap. I don't give a rat's ass. All right? It doesn't matter. Because who the hell are they? Don't know and don't care. All right? So that's how you should feel. So if making a YouTube, if that's something that's stopping you, well, number one, you don't have to show your face. And number two, who cares? Who cares what people say? That they could be in another freaking state, another country, you're never going to see them. So what does it matter? That, again, if that's their choice, that's their choice. But again, yes, someone somewhere will talk about you at some point, right? If you're growing. Like if your channel grows, you're going to be more and more subject to, being discussed. And not always in a positive way, in a negative way. And that you'll have to be okay with that. And the sooner you're okay with that, the better, right? So, I don't know. So that's my opinion on YouTube and the space and the this and the that. And I love it, man. I love YouTube. I think it's awesome. I really do. It was something I've always wanted to do. And I started late, probably. I started 6 years ago. For those of you that don't know, I started as the broke investor. Again, dividend investing focused. Old school way of thinking, dividend growth. Obviously, things have changed once I learned options and once I learned about these funds. The channel, it's still dividends, even though they're distributions, right? It's still to retire on dividends. Obviously, I named my channel The Broke Investor to be more approachable, more relatable to the public. But it came to realize that people that they're not going to listen to some broke ass, right? So at least, when they see retire on dividends, they don't know I'm a broke ass. They're like, oh, that's a cool name. Let me click on it. If they see the broke investor, like, this guy's a broke ass, I probably shouldn't listen to another broke ass because I'm a broke ass. So, yeah, the channel did not really help. So once I changed the channel, once I did some different coverage, I talked about options, I talked about high yield. It really helped my channel out, and that's why I am where I am. And obviously, Yieldmax, I am beyond grateful that they've grown, because without their growth, I wouldn't have grown as much. But obviously, I probably would have been covered in another fund if they grew. And I don't just cover Yieldmax, I do try to cover other funds. It's just lately, I only do my daily video, and my daily video typically, involves the Yieldmax trades. So that's kind of where I stand with that. What else? I don't know. I just think they're look out for them, man. They're gonna be really big. All these funds are there's gonna be so many options out there in the future, and eventually people are actually gonna believe in it. Because me, like, why am I not a dividend? I'm asking my own questions to myself. I'm doing my own interview. Why am I not a dividend growth investor anymore? It's hard because I'm making fun of my old self, because I would sit there like I'm like, there's an earnings report I'm like, oh my God, how's their earnings? What's their earnings per share? What's their revenue? Oh, they beat earnings. Oh, I literally sat there and I tracked the annual statement on funds year over year over year. I looked at the balance sheet for what? To think, oh, I'm gonna make this. They're gonna go up 5% this year. Yes, maybe. You know, I'm competing with the freaking experts. The experts price it where it belongs, right? They price it where it belongs. So you can't outmarket the market. That's number one. All right. So me wasting my time researching individual companies, that is over. That has been over, done, nuh-uh, no more. Waste of time. That's just, again, this is my opinion, not financial advice. I am not a freaking financial advisor. I hope that's clear. Please do your own research. Yes. No, but for real, that's number one. I'm not doing the research anymore in the individual stocks. Because in the past, you may see some videos I posted. I'm like, I don't invest in ETFs. Why would I pay someone when I could do? Well, let's see. Because it's cheap as hell. Your little expense ratio, number one, that's worth it. And number two, why not just invest in an ETF in a basket of stocks? Why put yourself on the individual risk? I mean, it's fine if you want to take that risk, and I get it. But it's just I'm in it for income. I've always been a dividend income investor. The income I'm getting from Apple, the income I'm getting from even 3M or MO, freaking Altria, that's a high yield. That's considered a high yield. What is it, 8%, 10%? The income I'm getting from that, that's not helping me. Because I don't have $3 million. I don't have $5 million. I don't have $6 million. So before anyone says, why does Warren Buffett not invest in these? Warren Buffett doesn't. Warren Buffett has people that does his own freaking options. Go look at how much money they make on options. He doesn't invest in freaking Yieldmax because he doesn't have to. So don't ask. Oh my God, I just can't with that question. Like, why would you even bring that up? Don't put us in the same category as Warren Buffett. We're not even remotely in the same category. He can do whatever the hell he wants. He can invest in a freaking Bonzoli and make bank because he's rich. We're just broke asses that are fighting for a way to make a better future. So how do we do that, right? Again, my mentality is income. Income for what? Income for now and the future. Not just the future. Income for now and the future. Because why? Because I have bills now. Because I don't want to work till I'm freaking 60, 62, 65, 67. My Social Security max is, what, 67? What? These idiots. Do you really think putting that out there is going to make me work longer because you're going to pay me a little more money? No. Hell freaking no. How about you pay me nothing? Just give me even a fraction of what I put in there. All right? Just a bit. Just give me my payout. I don't want to be involved in that stupid system. It's a god-awful system. They suck at investing. I ran the numbers, and I did make a Social Security video way back when. The Social Security system sucks. It's pointless, and we don't need to. We don't need a babysitter, all right? We don't need the government to help us with that crap because they can't even help themselves. They're in massive freaking debt. So why would we give them our money to say, hey, give me it back later? And give me it back later when I'm an old fart. Because you're hoping that we freaking croak and you get to keep that money. Freaking crooks. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, man. What the hell were we talking about? I'm off topic again. I keep getting off topic. But, Yieldmax, the funds. Do I believe it? Yes, of course. They trade options. I believe in options. Options is amazing. So, and I use the income now. Yieldmax, Defiance, Roundhill. These funds, they pay my bills. The dividend car account, I invest in all these weekly payers. What do? Options, options, options. They pay me every week. The car payment comes out of the account. The electric bill comes out of the account. The gas bill comes out of the account. Every freaking bill that I can put through that account, I do. Outside of the mortgage, which goes through my other account. I don't pay any normal reoccurring bills outside of my property taxes and credit card out of my bank account anymore. All right, that's, well, because my credit card bills and my property tax are enough to, to unfortunately spend on my freaking work money and my YouTube money and my kids' expense. And my kids, kids are expensive, man. That's all I'm gonna say. And again, I'm not a cheapo with them. I like to give them good things. I don't spoil them too much, but I just, because I look, when I was younger, I had certain things I wanted. You never get it because either you don't have as much money as the other kids. But now, like, my kid plays baseball. He wants a new bat. All right, but he loves baseball now. So if he wants a new bat every now and then, fine. Do I throw a little bribery in there? Do this, do that? Fine. Yeah, I don't care. Your bats are expensive. Well, I don't freaking care, right? He's gonna love the thing. He's gonna use the crap out of the thing. I need a new mitt. All right. Do you? Maybe not. I don't know. Whatever. Again, I'm just not being a cheap ass anymore. I've been cheap for a long time. I mean, I am cheap on certain things. I'm cheap on myself. I haven't bought work clothes in so long, and I need to. And I've been in my fat pants for quite some time. I need to diet. That's really what I need to do. But I've been kind of lazy on that aspect, which is another topic for another day, dieting. I've actually been doing good with not eating because I've been so busy with, coaching and everything. So that's good. Exercising, here and there, maybe a few days a week, but not as much as I want to. But anyway, again, I don't know what this video was about. It was just about random crap, about trying to answer some questions you guys asked me. And of course, I talked about a little bit about YouTube, which again, I love. I'm doing this forever, man. I hope to retire on YouTube. I really do. And my dividends, of course. Obviously, my dividends are paying my bills, not freaking YouTube. Well, YouTube is helping, obviously. But yeah, I hope to build this brand into something big, and I can retire early. Obviously, I'll still be doing this, which is technically working. But yeah, I ain't going anywhere, man. I'm gonna be doing this for a long time. What am I gonna talk about? I don't know. We'll see. Whatever the next big thing is, and I plan to be here for a while. So that being said, if you guys enjoy this content, please hit the like button. It does help out the channel. If you think there's other people that will enjoy a commute conversation with a random dude, again, the people that like this video are the other people that have like an hour commute. And they say, oh, it's like I'm driving with someone. And I get it. It's just nice to chit chat. I feel like I'm talking to someone, but I'm not, obviously. There's someone on the other side eventually, not right now. But that's kind of how I feel. It's just time to bitch about certain things or whatnot. But yeah, no, for real. Share this with friends and family if you really think they would like this. This is my podcast, all right? Technically my podcast, even though there's video, I just don't know how to do it. No audio on YouTube because I'm not down with that. I'm not techie like some of these other people. I don't edit. I don't do this. I don't do that. I hit record and I post. That's all I can do. And if that works, great. And it has worked. It took me a while, but it's worked. And obviously I'm grateful. Also, I said it before, but this is not financial advice. Obviously, you know that. I am not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you were entertained. If not, I'll try again on the next commute. If you guys want me to continue to do these videos, please let me know via the comments. I know the views have grown, so that kind of helps, but feedback is always appreciated, if you just say like, all right, I enjoyed how it is, great, that's perfect. Or if you want a little more of this, a little more of that, a little let me know. I do listen to feedback. I try to do based on popular demand, of course, if something I want to do. But I'll talk about whatever. Like this video is for you guys. This is to talk about whatever. And then of course I just go on a random rant and off topic, and that happens, right? That happens. But anyway, guys, for real, thank you for watching. But let's do a keyword. If you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, because this video is a little different than my other videos, and you want to prove it, you actually watched this whole freaking video. What is the key word? What's the key word? I don't know, actually. I don't know. What the hell? What the hell? How about I don't know. I honestly don't know. How about the keyword is answer a question? So let me think of a question. What? Yeah, just what number? All right. If you're retired, what age did you retire? If you're not retired, what age will you retire? Not when do you think you will retire. Tell me, what age will you retire? Okay? Be confident about that. All right? Anyway, so that's the keyword for today. I'm giving you a little work here. Hopefully that's okay. But anyway, for real, thank you for watching and enjoy your day. Later.